What if I told you that one resignation, one video, has just cracked open Washington's most toxic political alliance? And the moment the news dropped, every journalist, every strategist, and every committee staffer turned to one woman, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. When Crockett first heard Marjorie Taylor Greene plan to resign on January 5th, her reaction wasn't shock, it was disbelief. "You've got to be kidding me," she thought. "1 week on the wrong side of the president and you crumble? Try standing where I stand year after year." Because for Crockett, this isn't politics, it's survival. She stood opposite the president and opposite the loudest agitators in Congress, the very people who ignite the flames of hate that threaten her and others every day. But Crockett doesn't bend. She focuses on one mission: deliver for the people of Texas' 30th District, no matter who doesn't like it. Then came Greene's resignation video, dramatic, emotional, and dripping with accusation. Greene claimed she was being punished for standing up for young women trafficked and abused by powerful men. She implied the real reason for her fallout with the president was a fight over the Epstein files, and suddenly the internet exploded with conspiracy and political suspicion. But Crockett wasn't convinced. She pointed out that Trump had been attacking every Republican who dared cross him, Massey, Boebert, anyone who signed the discharge petition. And none of them folded. So why, Crockett asked, is everyone else standing strong while she collapses? Meanwhile, behind the scenes, something even bigger was brewing. The House Oversight Committee, where Crockett serves, quietly announced that its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein was expanding. But leadership kept the details sealed tight. And there was a reason. The last time the committee subpoenaed Ghislaine Maxwell, presidential allies mysteriously showed up at her cell. The interview vanished. The trail went cold. This time, they weren't giving anyone a chance to interfere. Republicans fired back, accusing Democrats of using the files to smear Trump. But Crockett shut that down immediately. She didn't know whose names were in those files, and she didn't care. "Right is right," she said. "Wrong is wrong. If you broke the law, you should be exposed, no matter what party you're in." She explained that the investigation wasn't only about Epstein himself, but about the network that enabled him, fake immigration documents, foreign governments' involvement, sham modeling agencies that were just fronts for trafficking. And investigators needed to know whether those systems still existed today. Then came a moment that could have gone disastrously wrong. Crockett mistakenly claimed that former Congressman Lee Zeldin took money from Jeffrey Epstein, but the donor turned out to be a completely different Jeffrey Epstein, a neurosurgeon from Long Island. She corrected the record, but the doctor joked he now wanted to donate to her campaign just so his name would appear on her financial report. Crockett laughed it off. "If anyone else named Jeffrey Epstein wants to donate, I'll take it. The real one is dead, unless he somehow came back." But the biggest question came next, one that could reshape Texas politics. Would Jasmine Crockett run for the United States Senate? She admitted she's seriously considering challenging Senator John Cornyn. Her polling numbers are strong, stronger than her own team expected. She's performing extremely well against Ken Paxton and within the margin of error against Cornyn, a man who has held power in Texas for decades. "The only reason I'm considering it," she said, "is because the data says I can win." Now she's analyzing the ground game, funding, and whether the infrastructure is strong enough to execute a victory. A decision is coming, fast. She'll announce by Thanksgiving. One thing is certain. Whether she faces Cornyn or Paxton, Jasmine Crockett is suddenly one of the most dangerous threats the Texas GOP has seen in years.